But today, it's been nearly 3 years since the yield curve inverted, the longest inversion in modern history. So if you're a stock and economics nerd like me, you're probably familiar with the most famous indicator of a recession, the US Treasury's yield curve. This measures how much interest US Treasuries will pay investors for a short-term treasury versus a long-term one. And it has been showing warning signs since late 2022. So historically, anytime the 3-month Treasury bill has paid a higher rate than the 10-year Treasury bill, called a yield curve inversion, we have seen a recession shortly afterward. But today, it's been nearly 3 years since the yield curve inverted, the longest inversion in modern history. And maybe, given the Fed's aggressive interest rate hikes in recent years, it is possible that this indicator alone won't be as predictable as it has been historically. So let's pair this with a super indicator that bundles a bunch of useful indicators into one single number that we can track, since that number is also flashing a warning sign for the economy. The leading economic indicators, or LEI, is an index that tracks a mix of several different indicators, including job data, stock prices, and product orders. And by looking at its 6-month growth rate, we can get an estimate for the future growth rate of the economy as a whole. And historically, when that LEI index 6-month growth rate has fallen below -5% growth, it has been a strong predictor of a coming recession. So these two indicators, the yield curve and the LEI, have both flashed red. They don't cause recessions, but they have been reliable warning lights in the past. But as investors, we don't just want to understand what's happening now, we want to anticipate what's coming next. And there are two forward-looking signals that Burry has been warning about since back in 2022. And these indicators may actually show us what's ahead for the economy before the next downturn hits.